Having apartments that cost like $2,000 a month should be fucking illegal.
You cannot budget your way out of a bad economy and greed.
Yo, what in the actual fuck is going on out here in Cali, man?
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Welcome back.
So, we've been going through a crisis recently, a rent crisis for like the past. Honestly, it's been a while.
People are choosing to be homeless because rent and mortgage is too high.
For real, and I did not realize it's been happening since like 2008. It's been going up. We've always been a rent crisis. Let's be real.
And actually, is no one going to talk about how it's really dumb that we have to do the whole actually it's more like 3 times the rent. Like you have to make that much in order to qualify for an apartment. And I get the whole principle of it, but it's like, if they can pay, just let them pay.
Yeah, that's the craziest part. Like, hey, do you make money? Do you make more money than the money you need to live here? Pay that one, like, bro. Like at that point, if I make like 10 times the rent, I'm buying a house.
Exactly.
I'm paying the mortgage because at least I get some out of that.
Yeah. At this point.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how everything is set up now.
It really is.
Like I get even just do maybe 1.5 times or something. At least they have stuff left over.
See, that makes way more sense.
Yeah,
hey, have enough money to have some left over.
For real, with all the layoffs happening and all that, people aren't having jobs, but they don't have jobs that pay enough and they can still pay. And it's that just shows that they have cash flow at least.
Exactly, because if you can pay your bills and the rent that I'm charging you, that's all I care about.
Yeah, I guess just the tenant laws are crazy though for them because it takes a lot to get people evicted. But, bruh.
Because if they're not paying, if they have 3 times rent, they're still not paying. Oh wow, we're seeing this coming.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Stupid.
Yo, what in the actual fuck is going on out here in Cali, man? Last year my rent was $925. I just opened up this letter and it says your new rent amount is $2,300 starting on the 1st. No upgrades, no renovations. They didn't even add a fucking washer and a dryer. This is crazy, man. I mean, is everybody else dealing with this? Or am I the only one getting screwed here?
So that is actually an illegal amount to raise. You can only raise it by 10% every single time.
It depends on where you live because apparently they don't have regulations everywhere and they can just raise it however much they want to. But the thing is they have to, it's in their best interest to go to the market rate because people aren't going to rent from them.
Yeah. Well, this one is California and they're dropping the information.
Oh.
Especially California, you cannot raise it that high that fast. You can do 10 and 5 at the same time. You can't do 100% raise.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to call somebody.
That's ridiculous. We're all getting screwed because they raise the rent every year, however often they want to, and that just sucks. And they're not going to upgrade anything, of course.
Yeah, basically, if they're going to be doing a new contract, they have the more right to do that. But they're doing it off of whatever. They can't do that. Just look at your renting rights, please.
Yeah, always know the laws.
You got to know the laws.
Please take them to court.
For real.
You cannot budget your way out of a bad economy and greed. I just saw a girl on here say her rent is going up from $1,300 to $1,800. Nothing's changing, just a $500 increase. And it was so upsetting hearing the anger and frustration in her voice because obviously if she re-signs but can't make those monthly payments, she'll be facing eviction and homelessness. But if she chooses to relocate, that's also very expensive because a lot of places want first month, last month, and security deposit, which is oftentimes equivalent to 1 month's rent, which, by the way, rent these days, you're not finding anything under $1,500. Then you have to pay for your U-Haul if you want to get movers, if you want to move across state lines to hopefully find something cheaper. All of that adds up for one event and you're looking at $7,000 or more. Now, who has that just sitting around in the bank these days? I would love to know. Tell me your secrets, please. But it's just scary. Even private landlords are being impacted because their property taxes are going up. So now they have to up the rent on their tenants. And I just want to know, where do we all fit in this system? What is the end goal here for us? And I hate to say this, but I feel like there is no end goal for us other than to be weeded out. We're not in the big picture. Our well-being, our basic human rights, food, shelter, that kind of stuff, that's not on the agenda of these private corporations who are upping the prices on these complexes, or the government and the economy that claim to care about us so much. We're not on their agenda. So like I said in the beginning, it's just scary because no matter how you try to sit there and go over your budget and review your monthly statements and try to stop spending here and stop spending there, you cannot budget your way out of a shitty economy and greed. I don't know. It's scary, but
I find that's very true because at the end of the day, they're always going to come back. Like you save money up, someone's going to come back and try to get that money out of you.
Yep.
No matter how much you do it, you can switch up. There's so many ways you can probably just delay how much money you're losing. Probably try to save more than you would, but at the end of the day, it's going to come back around somehow.
As always, especially these complexes, they're going to try to make everything harder for you as much as they can because they want you to stay there so they can keep scamming you.
Yeah, and I do still see as the biggest issue is especially if inflation is going up, but then people are worried about paying people more because of inflation. Then why is it inflating and still? Might as well just put a Band-Aid on a leak, bro. Put the glue in the leak hole and just start paying people more because it's gonna go either way. So pay people more still.
But then if it like goes up and then they're also paying people more and then it goes up either way, then it's like canceling each other out and then like the increase doesn't even matter at that point.
Exactly. Like wait.
So then it does nothing.
It does nothing. Yeah, but still it's doing better than doing nothing. Nothing. Because like, hey, I'm being paid more, but I'm still kind of poor, but hey, at least I can buy more food, I can pay more bills than to being, hey, you're going to keep going up, you're not going to help us out. So now I'm homeless completely, can't pay food, can't pay rent, can't pay nothing. At least give someone a little leeway. If it's still going to end up in the same spot, at least give them more time.
Yeah, depends on how much things go up, because if it goes up like to the equal amount that they raise the minimum wage or whatever, it's like at that point it doesn't even do anything, and they're just kind of doing it to show that like, oh, we did something.
Yeah, it's to me, it's at least give enough for people who have like a financial standing, like a saving plan idea that actually be able to save instead of like, oh, they save money, now it's gone. They save money, now it's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this to the landlords out there. Y'all have tenants that's been consistent with y'all for years and years renting y'all property. Y'all raise the rent because of me so y'all can be able to pay y'all taxes and mortgages. The tenant can no longer afford the rent, so they move out. You list the property and nobody can afford the rent that you're listing. So the property goes months and months and months without being occupied. And now you're losing double than what you could have been making, leaving that tenant at that price. With this economy, these landlords got to understand, like, they got to break even somehow. Because if nobody's going to rent these properties for what they asking for. And then if you list it to sell the property, you're going to be losing out on that, how the housing market is. Because you're going to be forced to sell your house for less than what it's worth because everybody then threw their house on the market. So you losing, it's a lose-lose regardless of what you do.
Really sucks.
It does suck. And that's what I realized. That's what the goal should be. The goal should be to either land complete black even or get a little bit of like plus green, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much always a goal, but like in reality, you never really make more depending on like how much it appreciates, because like if you sell, like the people now in this housing economy, like most people are losing significant amounts of money because like depending on how much renovations and stuff you put in and like closing costs, you might not ever even break even.
Truly, I don't need that much renovation.
Yeah.
Just give me a house that's not falling apart.
Exactly.
That's all I want.
But something's gonna break at some point, so that depends.
And that's why you gotta make sure you do your checks, do your safety stuff, make sure you know all your stuff, learn stuff so you can check yourself. You don't have to pay someone to come in and check for you.
But there's always a risk that you lose everything, some catastrophe could happen, and then everything's gone.
Yep. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I got going for me.
If people actually donate.
Yeah.
In this economy.
Yeah, it's actually, we're so bad in this economy. I can't afford to donate nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not recently, but like early this year, a professor that I liked got injured, paralyzed himself by accident. He can walk now though. They're doing like, oh hey, you can actually donate and we'll give you this game for free. I'm like, oh, that's dope. I don't have money to donate, so I can't get this game for free now. I'm so broke. I can't donate money to get a game for free.
It's horrible.
It's bad.
How is America continuing to build all these ridiculous ass apartment complexes, but charging almost $3,000 for one bedroom? And who are affording to move into these ridiculously high, overpriced, expensive apartments? The national average salary is like $55,000, something like that. I'm not the best at math, but 56,000 divided by 12 is like $4.6 thousand a month. That's like 75% of your check gone if you're paying $3,000 a month for an apartment. Not to mention you got food, you got electricity bill, you got car payment, car insurance, gas. You like to go shopping, get new clothes. God forbid you need a haircut every 2 weeks or you got to get your hair done. And God forbid you have fucking kids' mouths to feed. That's even double. The average income earner cannot afford these overpriced ass apartments. So who the fuck are they building these apartment complexes for? And what makes it even more hilarious, every single fucking year, these greedy ass landlords continue to increase the rent. So pretty soon, if you haven't already, we're going to be seeing $4,000, $5,000 a month apartment complex prices. And my question is, why do they keep getting away with this? How, as we as a people have not gone up there with pitchforks, knives, and any type of weapon that we can find to put an end to this madness? We are literally allowing them to run our pockets fucking dry. What happened to America? We used to protest way back then. The minute taxes went over 2%. Now we are getting taxed damn near half, if not more than half our fucking money. Rent is out of control. Housing prices are out of control. Mortgage is out of control. Every single bill known to man is completely out of fucking control. And all we do is we go on TikTok, we bitch moan, we complain, and then the next day we get up, we go to work, and we pay that overpriced ass rent. Why, as we as a people have not done anything about this? Because we have not revolted. Us not revolting means that these landlords will continue to increase the rent every single year. Us not revolting means that these developers will continue to buy up a whole bunch of land, knock down these trees, and build overpriced ass apartment complex on top of apartment complex on top of apartment complex. Us not revolting will lead to housing prices continuing to skyrocket, mortgage rates continuing to skyrocket, and everything else known to man to live continuing to skyrocket. As much as this problem is corporate greed, another half of this problem is us not fucking revolting and taking a stand against these corrupt, greedy motherfuckers. We, as a people, have allowed them to get away with so much shit, they have become borderline unstoppable. And it's sad to say, but I think there's no coming back from this.
I'm gonna say that this is me getting to my conspiracy losing this brain, whatever. Yeah, they truly is like, because they always let us just like fight each other over the dumbest stuff. Like, why are we fighting over like the console wars? You never heard the console wars?
Console?
The console wars, like video game console wars.
Oh.
This kind of little branch off here. Companies made us hate each other for buying a different system that we wanted to enjoy. And then people are like, oh, this one has better games. No, this one has better games. They were throwing out games back and forth, left and right. And then they decided at a certain point, like, this is stupid. The companies themselves decided this is stupid, and proceeded to give us games for both consoles. Give us games that are on one console, exclusive on another console. No, let's switch. And they swapped the games, gave it to other people, other things. And they're like, oh yeah, anyway, that was never an issue for us. That was your fault, guys. That was your issue. Same with like apartments. Like, hey, like, this one's really cool. This has all the amenities. Actually, you know what? We're not gonna do that no more. And it gives all the stuff.
And they call every apartment luxury, and it's not luxury at all.
Yeah. They're legit like, oh, look, our apartment is so luxury, but look at those poor people over there with their no central AC.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. No one is paying for this anymore. People are literally just going homeless because they can't afford this and they don't want to support this.
And they make us, you know what they do? They make us blame each other.
Yep.
They like, oh yeah, they should have worked harder, so I got a better deal.
Ridiculous.
Instead of more money,
I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it. Also, what I want to say is, no one's living in them. They can fake apartments being lived in to make it seem cooler.
True.
It's known thing they do that.
Don't buy into their lies.
No.
They stay lying and scamming. And then you can't have pets on top of it, so.
Yeah, get out of here.
Insane. I'm gonna have pets. I don't care.
Yeah, me too.
Having apartments that cost like $2,000 a month should be fucking illegal, because why is it that they expect you to make 3 times the rent, which comes out to like $6,000, but most people don't even make that month? An apartment shouldn't be a luxury. It should be a basic need.
Wait. It should have been a basic need. I didn't do that, but
It really is. Apartments, housing, whatever. It is a basic need. They have public transportation, whatever, that they need to fix. The public housing they need to fix, whatever. But you still have to like buy things, have a certain amount of stuff that's like unattainable at some point.
I want to tell you this. I know because like, oh, Japan, cool. Wow. It's not this. It's not that. Japan, they have a bad economy too. Let's be real. The economy's not that great. But they have affordable housing. They have public transportation. You know, they have places where you're not expected to have much. Hey, you're poor. You just want somewhere to sleep. Here is a apartment that is legit just a bathroom and a room for you to lay down in.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all you really need.
That's all you need.
Some people only just want the basics.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But they can't even get that.
Here's legit an apartment that's underneath the bridge. Have fun. At best, $100. That's crazy.
And the $1 houses, and then like some areas paying you to move there because it's like no population, and then you have like the crazy infrastructure in Japan. Like they have like really outdone everything around you. They can't do that here for some reason.
Because you know why? Because the car industry would not want us to do that here. Why can't we have a speed rail that takes us from state to state?
Exactly.
Like we have trains, but we don't have bullet trains. You can go from Tokyo to the other side of the entire land of Japan within a couple hours?
Yeah.
They will not let us have that down here.
It's awful.
And also, let's speak about the $1 houses thing, right? Because that got me here. That got me thinking. So rural areas are completely dying in America. Their people their towns are basically over. There's old people living in there. There's no food. There's nothing. In Japan, they're having that same issue, and so they're like, what they thought, like, our rural areas are dying. How do we fix this? We give people houses for $1. In America, how do we fix this? There's no way to fix this. Anyway, this one house here that's broken down is like $11,000. Have fun with that. It's like, what?
Ridiculous.
Come on, man.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I'm good. I'm good.
This is all awful.
That's all I have to say, though.
But break the cycle,
and
please. Stay out of that. Don't feed into that.
For real. Also, legit, if you see an apartment that's like more than like, I'm honestly at this point, like, moving to the hood if you're worried about, like, it's better to get shot at than it is to get scammed.
Yeah, for real. Well, thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, and please get us to 1,000 subscribers.
See you guys. Oh yeah.
Bye.
Hands up.